This garage does not look like my garage, and that's my sled. So what is my sled doing in my neighbor's garage? No, he didn't steal it. He's actually being a really good neighbor. So the wife went out the other day and a stud came out of the track. Actually, to be honest, a lot of the studs came out of the track. When we bought it, there was 2 pull-throughs on the studs, and now there is 7. So 5 studs got ripped out, and those studs made friends with the intercooler system inside this, and it put a whole bunch of holes in it. So we're going to have to take this thing, and we're going to take it to a shop. There's one of the studs that I actually cut out so it didn't do any more damage, but we're going to have to take this thing to a shop now because I'm working 7 days a week, almost 12 hours a day right now, and I don't have time to fix this, and I really don't want to. I bought a 4-stroke so then that way I didn't have to work on it. I could just go up and push that button that says start. The sled will start up, and I can go beat the piss out of it all day and come back. But unfortunately, while I was at work on a 15-hour shift at Honda, my wife took out the sled, and she put a couple holes in the intercooler system. I'm going to see if I can get a light underneath there to show you guys what she looks like. Ugh. There we go. So that one there I can replace pretty easily. And it's the front one that's got me nervous. The front one's got quite a bit of damage, but I don't know if it leaks. It's already been welded once, so I might just change it. We're going to get a new track without studs. I know you guys are telling me no studs, no fun, but I'd rather have no studs plus intercooler. So yeah, well, it's been in my neighbor's garage for the past 3 or 4 days now because his garage is heated 24/7. He has got a nice natural gas heating system, and it is always a nice steady temperature in here. And my friends and my wife actually put water in this thing on the trail so that it would not overheat because they didn't know how bad the leak was. Well, it turns out the leak is very bad, and it turns out that I don't want my block to freeze because there's water in it now, and I don't know if it's all out. So I'm going to fill up the reservoir with coolant, and I'm going to start this thing up, and I'm going to drive it home. And I'm going to make sure that coolant comes out the very back of the system, and then I'm going to take this to a mechanic. So this is not my garage, but if I had to guess where he kept funnels, I have no idea. But I did bring my own coolant, and we're going to throw this coolant into it. It's just for a regular car. And yeah, it's going to be all drained out here in no time. So we'll fill this thing up, get her running. So I've put almost a full 4-liter jug into this coolant reservoir. Now my goal is not to fill it. Well, the goal is to fill it, but the goal is to actually get it to drain out all the water. Now, I've already taken a look, and that's definitely coolant coming out of there, so that's what I want. And so yeah, now this thing can be stored outside because there's no water in the block. All I'm going to do is put the radiator fill cap back on, and I'm going to drive this home. I have it going into a shop tomorrow, so after work or while I'm at work, if I have to stay late, the wife is going to take this in and drop it off. They're going to charge me $1,500 for a new intercooler, the long one, installed with a new track, new bogey wheels, and them doing all the work. So that's not bad. They're charging me $280 for the intercooler, $500 or $640 for the track, and then $500 for the labor. But I just want to get this thing back on the trail, and I really wasn't looking forward to it breaking right now because it's a beautiful day out. I'm off at a half decent time. I actually want to go out and ride. I don't want to have to work on this thing. That's why I bought a 4-stroke. So anyway, we're going to just check a couple things. We're going to start it up, drive it out. We're going to lock up his shop. I got to buy him a case of Coors Light or something because, you know what, he has been a lifesaver right now. And it's not like he has a lot of space in this garage, and he was nice enough to actually give me some space. And I'm super grateful about that. I'm not the type of guy to ask for help, but you know, Richard, he's one of these guys that is a top-notch guy. So I'm just going to check a couple things, and then I'm going to open the door, start it up, drive it out, and drive this thing home and get it on my trailer to go to the shop. Well, this is not how I wanted to spend my snowmobile season, send it in for repairs, but I guess, you know, that's always going to happen. I'm 100% confident that there is no water left in the system, because as you can see, the coolant is just pouring out of it. So, my question is this front intercooler any good? I don't know. I really don't know. I'm going to have to ask him to check that. If he's got to replace that, the price goes up quite a bit. I'm just going to disconnect the bag right now and all that fun stuff and send it off, I guess. So, again, this is not the way I really wanted to spend my snowmobile season, but you know, sometimes stuff breaks down. Even the nice new stuff does break down. So, I'm going to take off the bag and get her ready to go in. Get her ready to go in for sure. Okay, so I took the rear bag off and I took the front bag off. I'm going to leave the risers. I'm just going to quickly go hook up the Camry and load it onto the trailer so that this will be ready for tomorrow. Maybe I can even take it in tonight. I doubt it because he told me tomorrow. So, yeah, let's go do that. Well, she's all loaded up. This is a shame. You know, it was so much fun with the wife and I. I would love to be out there having fun in the snow and the drifts today, but I can't because it's not working. This is one of the very few days I actually have off work and I can't go play with it. Again, I'm 100% sure there's no water in it because you can see the coolant all the way up to the front. It took 4 liters into this thing in a 1.2 liter motor, so yeah, I definitely don't think there's any water left in it. You can see the coolant on the ground. But overall, it's still a very peppy sled. There was no head gasket issues because as soon as it got a high temp warning, the wife shut it down. It's just the intercoolers are the issue. So it's not going to work. Has to be sent out to be fixed. But you know what? It's behind the Camry now. It's going to go into the shop. I've never dealt with this shop before. I actually found them on Facebook. So we'll see what kind of experience I have with them, if I recommend them or not. But what it's going in for as of right now is a new bogey wheel, a new limiting strap, maybe a new rear shock, a new track. Because as you can see, this one here is still in good shape, but if it didn't have the studs have just wrecked it. So I'm actually going to go with a studless new track. And now a lot of you guys are going to tell me, oh, you're not going to enjoy studless. It's going to be slower. You're going to spin. You're not going to be able to move. You know what? I don't do any lake running. I really don't. I don't need the studs. The studs just tear up my garage. They tear up my trailer. They tear up everything. And they're very hard, and because of one stud, I'm basically $1,500 to $2,000 worth of damage and repairs to this. So, new track, no studs. But yeah, we're going to send this in. I'll let you guys know how my experience goes with this guy. But just a shame. I guess the old saying is you got to pay to play. Fun isn't cheap. So, yeah, going to be sent in and get some repairs done. But the one thing I'm going to start looking into on the internet right now is actually a small lift kit for the back of this as well. A lot of the other sleds I go with has it. It's just like a 1-inch lift back there. With the wife and I figured a little bit extra height might be nice, but we'll see. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Just kind of a shitty story about this sled. It's been so much fun. The wife and I, we've gone and played in the drifts. I think I've put 1,000 miles, 1,600 kilometers on this sled this year. But now she's going in for some repairs. I kind of wanted to save the repairs till spring, but with a leak this bad, you can see how bad this is leaking. There's no way. There's no way that can even be welded. So anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here. A little bit of a depressing day, but he tells me I'll have it back in 4 days, and I'm super excited because then I can get probably another 2,000 miles on it this year. It'd be amazing if I could put 5,000 kilometers on this thing. So it'd be a great winter if I could do that. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you back here tomorrow on Zach's Workshop.